All right, guys, today I'm gonna be making my whole food plant-based apple crisp. Just a few ingredients, really simple to make, and it'll be a big hit at your upcoming holiday get-together. I hope you can join me for today's recipe. Hey guys, Plant-Based Gabriel here, and today we are gonna be making the aforementioned apple crisp. Now, all we're gonna need for this recipe is 3 red sweet apples. These are medium-sized apples. We're also gonna need 2 cups of rolled oats. I'm using old-fashioned rolled oats, a little bit thicker. We've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which we are going to divvy up to half teaspoon increments in our recipe. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then a half of a cup of maple syrup, which we are also going to be using 1/4 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup. And then a baking dish of your choice. I'm using this nice round pie dish because it turns out and makes just a beautiful dish. I'm gonna bring you guys in here and we're gonna get started on this recipe. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna do is cut up our apples. I'm gonna just show you how I do one, and then all 3 of them will be done like this. I like to go in as much as I can, remove those seeds, and then right here, I'm just going to take them into around, I'd like it to be around 1/4 to 1/8 inch slices. The thinner, the more juices we're gonna get out, but these will be fine. So I'm gonna do that with all of this. Awesome. Now I have already gone ahead and done this with a few more of the apples. So we're gonna have 3 apples that we have done this with. And next we're gonna bring over our baking dish. Now that we have our apples nice and sliced up, I'm gonna add them to this bowl, and we are going to use half of a cup of maple syrup, and then we also are going to use half of a teaspoon, so half of our cinnamon. Now I just go in there, make sure it gets nice and coated. Some of those apples might need broken up a bit, but we just want to make sure that that cinnamon gets spread around, so I'm going to give it a good mix. That looks awesome. Now we're gonna take our baking dish, and now here is where you can be as particular or delicate or as just rough and tumble as you want. I'm gonna go in and actually layer the apples all the way around. You do not have to, you could just lay them in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it look nice and pretty. Awesome. You got a nice rosette there. Now I'm going to set this over to the side. And if there's some liquid and maple syrup left over, we're going to keep that and use that. Next, we're just going to add in the rest of our maple syrup, our vanilla extract, and then our cinnamon. And here is where we're going to pour in our oats. So we've got 2 cups of oats, and we're going to give that a nice stir. Okay, that looks nice and mixed. Now we're gonna take our apples and just pour over our oats. Now what should happen as this bakes is that the apples should break down a bit, creating some juices that soften up the rest of the apples, but also give a nice texture to those oats on top. I just like to make sure that it's nice and covered. Perfect. Now we are going to go ahead and bake this at 375 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes, checking at about 30 minutes just to make sure everything's going smoothly. I'm gonna get this baking and I'll see you guys when that is done. Our timer just went off and our crisp looks perfect. Now it is very hot right now, so you're gonna wanna let it cool on the countertop for 30 minutes or so, just so that those apples, which are still cooking, can kind of cool down a little bit. The base of this can thicken up a bit, and then it will be perfect to take some pieces out. I'm gonna get the kitchen cleaned up a little bit, and I will see you guys in just a second. I'm back, guys. I got the kitchen tidied up, and I've got to say, this smells absolutely delicious. This apple crisp is something that I've made for Dr. Miller and I many times. Now I'm excited to share it with you guys so you can share it with your family and friends this holiday season. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Absolutely fantastic. The apples, as I was opening the oven up, I could just see them caramelizing at the base of that baking dish. You know, the oats crisp up nicely. Now I will say there's not like a thick layer that you might have in some other crisps. This is a little bit more crumbly, but I love it that way. If you guys go ahead and give this a try, please let me know how it goes in the comment section below. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, please, it really helps if you go ahead and like this video, and if you like and subscribe to the page. And as always, this recipe, all my past and future recipes, and especially my whole food plant-based holiday recipes, can be found at plantbasedgabriel.com. I am Plant-Based Gabriel, thanking you so very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you very, very soon.